Who will you be voting for this upcoming election in 2025?
Mr. Trudeau.
I'll be voting NDP.
Probably NDP.
NDP.
And why is that, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, for me, the Liberals don't focus enough on the housing issue, which is a big...
You said that you wouldn't vote for Justin Trudeau, right?
Yes.
But you said you vote for NDP, right?
Yes.
Some Canadians are saying that if you're voting for NDP, you're technically voting for, you know, the Liberals 2.0.
But this country was better about 30 years ago. It's gone downhill, but not a lot, but it's gone downhill enough for a lot of people. They have trouble struggling to make it in ends meet anywhere or anything.
Yeah.
You can't predict what's going to happen now. All I can predict is what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Well, I can predict that this whole freaking country's going to shit.
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah, and the only thing that's going to solve it is a war.
We don't have the infrastructure, the medical system. It's straining. Trudeau is not supporting the healthcare access that
The politicians, it's a fucking joke. You ever watch them in the fucking house arguing like little kids back and forth? Get him out.
Get him out.
That's my vote.
I think Pierre Poilievre is the person I could see out of all of the candidates that's ready to tell us the harsh truth.
He'll do a better job than Trudeau ever did. Just like all the signs you see, fuck Trudeau.
Wait, with this coming up election in 2025, who will you be voting for?
The NDP.
Who will you be voting for this upcoming election in 2025?
Sending billions of dollars abroad to Ukraine or to whatever other...
So my question for you is, who will you be voting for in 2025?
Pierre Poilievre, bro.
A lot of political pain. People are not happy by the government services.
As you were asking me who I was going to vote for this coming election, and at this point, unless any of them get their shit together, I'm going to walk in and probably reject my ballot.
If you had to pick today, like let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say if you had to vote today and you could vote, who would you vote for?
I'll go with maybe NDP.
What's your thoughts about Justin Trudeau?
I don't fucking care about him. He's a fucking gay bastard.
If you could ask one question to Justin Trudeau, what would it be?
When you gonna fucking die?
Yeah, I wouldn't vote for him, obviously.
Why?
Because they need to get the Indians out of you. They need to get the Indians out of you. I'm Indian myself, though.
You're turning against your own people.
Yeah.
Politicians are worried about votes and this and that. That's why Trudeau just hugs the Indians like he was, I don't want to say, shit, sucked their dick.
In the state that we're in right now in Canada, would you say that we're heading the right way?
Well, you know, with the current government, it's you know, it's not going in the right direction.
I know it's pretty scary. I lived here for 31 years and now I've decided to move to the US because I think it's wild to have to pay $1 million to live in a 600 square foot little box. And the whole working to live is just not my vibe. Life's too short. So Canada's not for me.
Yo, fuck that white piece of shit. Yo, you owe us treaties. I'm a Native American. You're on Native land. Get the fuck off my land. Go back to Europe where you belong.
To be quite honest, whoever is pulling the strings up above where we can't see it, they want us divided. They want us divided on everything. That's all I'm seeing in the news. It's just fear-mongering and people against people.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're in Brantford, Ontario, in Windsor, Ontario, Brampton, Ontario, Oakville, Ontario. Right now, we're in the city of Liberals, aka Toronto. I'm in Burlington, Ontario. I'm in Hamilton, Ontario. Today we're in Niagara Falls, Ontario. We're gonna be going around as usual, just talking to some of the local Canadians, hearing out their opinions with the way the economy has changed in this country. And we know that cities and towns have been affected in different ways and communities as well. What's your opinion with the way things have changed in this country? I'm not looking for a good answer, just your opinion. Would you say that we're heading the right way?
no.
No? Why do you say that?
Too many people were brought in where we couldn't handle it.
Okay.
So that's the current government's fault. So it's the old way. They brought in 400,000 people.
Yeah.
And we could absorb that. But when the government now brings in 1 million, that wrecks everything.
Yeah.
Where do they live? Now you have people living, trying to make a living, maybe they're an Uber driver or whatever, and they're like 10 people in a house. That's not living.
Yeah.
That's not fair to anybody, especially for them, because they're crowded in. So that's not fair to them. So they got to change it.
Yeah.
I think you'll see some changes in the next election. It needs to just go back the way it was. Bring the people that want to work and come in and help out. So
yeah. And how do you think that's affecting the Canadians with the government's bringing in people into this country? Well, basically, you just said
it's too much. Canada can't absorb that many people. They need people.
Yeah.
That's the only way. people don't have babies anymore. You need to have people come into the country. Immigration is fine, but when you can make this many houses and you bring this many people in, now everybody's hurting.
Yeah, basically 2 and 2.
Yeah, you bring in people from other countries and they can't afford to live here.
Yeah.
Canada, if you go back 10 years ago, anybody could come to this country and live a decent life. Not now.
Yeah.
It's not fair to anybody.
I see that you're wearing a F Trudeau hat. What's your thoughts about Justin Trudeau?
I don't fucking care about him. He's a fucking gay bastard.
Oh, wow. That's a new one right there. That's a new one. I never heard of that one. Can you name me one thing that he has done good for this country?
Fuck off.
Nothing at all, huh? So now the real question is, who are you voting for in 2024? No, 2025.
Who am I voting for?
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for Paul Revere. I'm not going for this fucking idiot ruining the fucking country.
Yeah.
That's all he does, ruin it. Fucking since he's been in, it takes everything away from the old people, takes everything away from everybody. Gives it all to the fucking rich people.
Do you believe that his government is feeding the pockets of their friends and their family?
He's feeding all the Arabs and Muslims and them tons of money.
Yeah.
And they're allowed to vote after 4 months. They're not even Canadian citizens.
Wow.
That's why he let them in.
What's your thoughts with the migration going on, everything?
Well, I don't care as long as they're going to do it right. If you don't do it right, these people ain't doing it right. You used to come to Canada, you had to wait 5 years before you can fucking vote, and you had to go and learn about Canada. You had to speak English to come here. You can't just come here and not talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm sick of this guy.
If you could ask one question to Justin Trudeau, what would it be?
When are you gonna fucking die? They don't even want to hire a Canadian now. They just
I heard about that.
They just want to hire Mexicans and Muslims, and that's it. And forget the fucking Canadian. He don't got a job no more. He can go stand on the fucking street and get in a tent.
Would you say that right now we're heading
to a civil war?
Wow.
Pretty soon, if they don't straighten out. Sooner or later, Canada's people are going to not be the, I'm sorry, nice people, and we're just going to start fucking boom, boom, boom.
Really? Do you think there's a chance that could happen?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Wow.
Maybe not right today, tomorrow, but within the next 5 years, if he keeps up this nonsense, it's going to happen. And it ain't going to be funny.
All right.
Because there's too many. You don't see no Muslims in the tent.
Yeah.
You don't see none of them Indians in the tent. You don't see none of them. All you see is us Canadians.
So
why? I don't understand.
If he was here right now, at this moment, like standing right here.
Right next to you?
Yeah, right next to you, matter of fact. What would you say?
I wouldn't say nothing. I'd hook him.
Okay, a nice little uppercut.
Oh, right.
Show me how let me see it. We gotta see it. What would be your biggest fear if Justin Trudeau gets elected and put back into office?
That we're all gonna die. We're homeless.
Yeah.
We're all homeless.
Yeah.
We're all homeless but the Muslims and the Indians. Everybody else, go fuck yourself, he'll say. Crawling here. They're wearing their shit and expect us to fucking bow down to their culture.
Yeah.
It's going to be culture wars. They're already creating culture wars.
We're being
They're
divided.
already creating them. Because they what they believed in there, they want everybody here to believe. And we don't fucking believe in fucking Alibaba.
Who will you be voting for this upcoming election in 2025?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris? No, Canada.
Oh, Canada?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
Well, Trudeau might get back, but it doesn't depend on the prime minister. It depends on the people coming into the prime minister's office.
Okay,
So maybe some NDP. I know Lisa Gretzky.
Oh, I see. You said that you wouldn't vote for Justin Trudeau, right?
Yes.
But you said you vote for NDP, right?
Yes.
Some Canadians are saying that if you're voting for NDP, you're technically voting for, the Liberals 2.0.
It depends. When you get in an office like Parliament, you have to have so many seats to make a, like you do in the provincial.
Yeah.
You have to have so many seats to have the constant order. So I don't think the Liberals have a constant order.
Okay.
Because one person can't just run the government, right?
Yeah.
For him to be prime minister again, he needs so many seats to have majority.
Yeah.
Not minority. Minority is second class, so second in the race there.
Yeah.
But I think everybody in Parliament should be equal, not one party rolling over and say this is what we should do. They should do like the Indians did. Everybody sit down and work together.
They work together.
And then the second runner-up should be just like in the States.
Yeah.
Should be vice president, because then they're not at the same time, they're not, oh, well, this is where we're going to do it like the Nazis, you know? This is the way we're going to do it. You know, two parties in the same party have different ideas instead of just laying it down and just repeating the same mistakes.
Is there anyone that you're leaning towards a bit? You know, we know the election's around the corner, it's coming up.
Honestly, I tend to stay away from it. I know that voting does make a difference, but I also feel like if I voted and complained, you know, did it really make a difference, right? I'm really on the fence whether it makes a difference or not. Because if I vote the one guy in again, 2 years later, we could all hate him, right? We were all in love with Justin Trudeau when he said legal marijuana, but then 90% of the people I talk to are F that guy. So it's hard to say, well, who's the right man for the job, right? They can all walk the walk, but then they get in power and can they talk the talk, right? But I think that we need to start giving back a little bit more to the community, the people in this country, the people who desperately need it. I was talking about homelessness. I know for a fact we don't have enough shelters in any of our cities. We don't have enough places for these people to go, enough services and stuff like this. A lot of our politicians will talk about it, but they don't like to make changes. I don't know why. Their budgets, I'm not a part of the budgeting. I don't know where the money goes, but I sure as know where I would put some of the money if I was in charge.
Who will you guys be voting for this upcoming election in 2025?
I don't speak English.
Oh, you don't speak English? What about you, brother?
No.
Not you too? With everything you just said, who do you think is the right person to step in to make a change for this country with this upcoming election in 2025?
I like the Conservatives, but I don't like the leader. He's too Trumpy for me.
Pierre Poilievre, huh?
Yeah, it's too Trumpy for me.
Yeah.
Trudeau's got to go. Trudeau, he doesn't know what he's doing. And really, there's nobody to vote for.
Really?
I'm not happy with any of the choices.
What about the NDP? What's your thought on them? Jagmeet Singh.
We need somebody strong on the economy with the debt. So if you got too much debt, we're at a breaking point. I think we're about $1.2 trillion in debt. That's pretty much the breaking point for this country. So there's no easy answer.
What do you think about Pierre Poilievre? Some Canadians say that he's the right person to step in and to make a change.
No. He's not the right person. The party, it's hard, man. Conservative Party has some better ideas. The carbon tax is pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to win just on axing the tax.
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of his though. So they've had a hard time getting a good leader. All the leaders, we've seen the elections, I liked Harper. I'm old. Yeah. I like Stephen Harper.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So I don't like everything he did, but I respected the job he did.
Yeah.
And the previous liberal government, they did a good job too. I'm not a big fan of Trudeau.
Yeah.
And the young people, good luck trying to get them to vote. So
I feel that the world needs to give the rest of the lower income families a break and try and help some of the homeless get off the streets, because everybody needs a place to go.
For sure.
And I mean, that's what I see. That's what I feel needs to be taken care of in order to get further ahead in life, right?
Yeah.
So,
in your own opinion, based off on what you have seen on social media or just in general with the way you have seen things have kind of changed in this country, in your own opinion, would you say that equality is still a thing in this country?
it's a matter of give and take on equality, because if you give it, like you give somebody quality care and attention, you'll get that equality care and attention back. If you don't, then you're not going to get it.
That's true.
So,
would you say there's some people in this country that kind of get special treatment, in your own opinion?
Some do. I notice, and I mean, I have nothing wrong against third world countries that come over and are looking for a better life.
Yeah, for sure.
But in the same respects, they should also worry about what's going on in our own country to get what is needed here done before we stretch out our hand to help the others. With that being said, no, I'm not saying that we shouldn't help them. I'm just saying let's worry about what's in our own back fence before we go worrying about what's around the rest of the world.
Do you think that it's right that they're getting houses and shelters as soon as they get here, while homeless of Canada are not really getting that support?
That I disagree with that totally. I believe that with the amount of population of homelessness and people struggling over here just to get like a stick of bread and a loaf of butter. I mean, the other way around. But even just to get that, the government is not even like they're giving you a big, huge loophole that you've got to jump in order to get just those two particular things that become natural to somebody else.
Yeah.
Whereas when they come over, they get home, they get car, they get a buck or two more than what were anticipated. Meanwhile, over here, you're sitting there looking at your regular Joes that are sitting in the park, and you're looking at them going, well, how come, what's wrong with them? They've been here, they're struggling, they're veterans, some of them.
Yeah.
Why can't we get off our butt and help them get into a place and get them some help that is required? And that's just how I see the world. Like, I mean, there should be more people out there who's willing to get the shirt off their back.
For sure. And now he wants to kind of fix the immigration problem.
What's he gonna fix? What's he gonna fix? He's gonna fix nothing. He's a retard. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
That's it. He caused the problem.
Yeah.
How the hell is he gonna fix it?
Would you say he's trying to fix things now since elections are on the corner?
Doesn't now. No. He'll lie. Conservative, Polvier, that's it. Done deal.
Yeah. What's your take on Pierre Poilievre?
He's solid. He's sharp.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And he's conservative, and he's going to, tighten the belt and start taking care of Canadians. Natural, native-born Canadians that have been paying taxes since the day they were, pretty much got a job.
Yeah.
And now we're being neglected. Now we're just being kicked to the curb to bring in new people to this country. And that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
But quit neglecting us. Do I have to take a flight to Ukraine and pretend I'm a Ukrainian and come over here to get that kind of treatment?
Yeah.
I don't think so. My parents are immigrants, and they did everything the right way with no handouts.
Yeah.
Nobody gave them shit. They came over to this country and worked like a lot of the immigrants who came to this country. And nobody gave anybody shit. That generation, my parents' generation, that came over to this country are solid people. Yeah. And nobody gave them shit.
I feel sorry for a lot of young people like you guys. I mean, I'm a little bit older than you guys, but I feel sorry for a lot of young people like you because the young people, where's their hope and their dreams? They can't afford houses thanks to Trudeau and his immigration and the inflation, and they can't even afford a dozen eggs.
Yeah. In your own opinion, do you think there's anything Justin Trudeau could do to regain the trust of the Canadians?
Resign.
Resign.
Yeah. The problem is that there's nobody behind him who's, they've got his finance minister. I'm a finance person.
Yeah.
And his finance minister is a journalist, financial journalist. I mean, let's get somebody who understands business and taxation from a financial point of view. Let's understand. I mean, you look at the people in his cabinet, and they're very poorly qualified. Yeah. You look at the Liberal, the bench strength on the Liberal side is very.
Yeah,
is a joke. Is horrendous. There's,
to be quite honest, whoever is pulling the strings up above where we can't see it, they want us divided. They want us divided on everything. That's all I'm seeing in the news is just fear-mongering and people against people.
Yep.
We as Canadians, whether you're new, whether you're old, or whether you've been here for a million years, we need to unite, and we need to hold whoever we put into power accountable for whatever they're doing. So if you want my vote currently, I'm not voting for anybody.
Okay, I hear
I have a vote of non-confidence because everyone here, especially after that Jagmeet Singh backdoor deal they did a couple years back, slimy, man. But our best prime minister we had, our most favorable one, his father, Jean-Pierre, if I'm not mistaken, he was our most favorable one. He tarnished that man's reputation, and that's worse than burning Canada, if you ask me.
Yep.
We look like fools here on the global stage, if you ask me.
Other countries make fun of us?
I don't know if it's like that, but I think there's a portion of countries that feel sympathetic to what's going on. They're like, okay, we got to clean it up. I think we just look messy right now.
Okay, I hear
we
you.
are very, in my opinion, through what I've learned through history, we have always been about integrity, honesty, and looking out for, you know, whoever needs help. I don't feel that those values are being represented in any candidate. The only one I could see being a shooting star is maybe Polyev.
Polyev? Yeah,
That's the only thing, you know.
I was gonna ask you about that.
He talking the right kind of language for me, and he has yet to switch up like we did with Jagmeet, because I was about Jagmeet when he first came running. I'm like, all right, we need something different in here, but shady shit, you know. But right now in my books, Pierre got a clean record to him. So if anybody can catch my vote, him. But right now I'm kind of like, I want that statistic of non-confidence to grow. So I feel like if my vote matters, that's what I'm looking for.
Nobody gives a fuck about the regular people that live in this city. They rather give benefits to everybody else except for the people that are here. And if you're not from here, then we're the ones hurting. And starving and hurting. Like, I'm from Six Nation. I'm Native American.
Yes, sir.
So I don't know where you guys come from, but this is my home territory. And why should I be hurting in my own home? Like, I'd help you fight for your country if you would fucking stand up for my country, and I'd fucking stand side by side, not fucking stand behind you because I ain't no bitch. I was like, and it is what it is. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about the homeless. We should help out our own communities instead of helping out other people out that are from somewhere else. I'm not saying not to help them out, but help out the veterans, help out the homeless, help out the people that fucking need to be here. Because they got houses out here that are abandoned. Why don't we fix them up and give them to fucking people that need that shit? Grocery prices and gas prices are gone up.
Inflation.
It's like, bro. And then the fucking rent's gone up. I was like, how the fuck are we gonna live? So why should we pay fucking any money to the government if they don't want to fucking do something for us? If we all stop paying fucking taxes and stop paying shit, they can't do nothing. If we all stick together, we will fucking, there's more of us than them. But we all got to be on the same page and make this shit work. And it'll work for everybody, not just fucking one person. I'm talking about all kinds of gender of people. I don't give a fuck what color your skin is, purple, black, orange, or gray. You bleed like I bleed, I'll fucking stand right beside you.
I'm voting conservative. I'm voting for Pierre Poilievre. I've come from a conservative household. This is the thing. I agree with conservative economic policy. I'm extremely liberal when it comes to the social issues. Like, I have no problem what you do with your body, if you're gay, if anything like that. You have every right to those civil liberties. But I believe in bettering the community in an economic aspect. I'm tired of being taxed eccentrically. I want better government spending, smaller governments. So I'm conservative in that respect. My first year at university was politics. I switched over from poli-sci to labor studies my second year just because I wasn't as politically inclined. But as I've gotten older and I've seen how the community's changed and this country as a whole, I think we should give someone else a shot in the federal election. And it's been a long time since we've had Trudeau in office, and I'd like to see a change. It's for better, for worse. I'd like to think for better. I like the policies that are coming forward from Pierre, and I'd like to see the best for Canada in the future. So, with that being said, I think Canada's got a bright future. So,
Poilievre is very rash, in my opinion. He actually did an interview maybe a year ago in Niagara Falls after he was addressing the housing crisis, and he called a resident's house a shack. And after, it's just more so, I understand he wants to be rash to try and really drill the point in that housing is wrong. Goes about it the wrong way. And then there's also been some times where there's some debate in Parliament, and he's just attacking and not really giving definitive points on what he will do to fix it. It's more so just thrashing what Liberals. So I'm torn because, change is always good. I mean, it's scary but good in a sense, but then I don't see actionable change from that side. So it's the uncertainty that's kind of frightening,
And what do you think has caused for things to flip in this country?
Oh, we have a lot more immigrants here. that I don't have a problem with immigrants, but we're not taking care of our own people. We should take care of the locals, I don't mean to say the white people, but we should be taking care of our own people before bringing immigrants in. Now, I don't know if you guys were born here or not. I was. So I'm a naturalized Canadian citizen. But there are a lot of people here that became citizens, and I don't have a problem with that. But we're bringing in too many people when we don't take care of the core people that were here. We're not taking care of our own country because we're shipping money out to other countries. We're supporting other people. We're supporting other things instead of our own. That's the problem I have. We're not supporting our own people.
Hi guys. How you guys doing? Doing good? I like your earrings and a little chain. Do you go to University of Windsor? Do you go to University of Windsor? No. Where do you go? Oh, okay, I see. By any chance, are you into politics? Are you into politics? Politics, no? I see. How long have you been living in Canada for?
I guess 5-6 months.
5 to 6 months? Okay, I see. How is it so far?
It's good.
It's good, you like it? Yeah. That's good, that's good. You don't want to say hi to my channel real quick? Just say hi.
Hi.
I see. What's one thing you like about Canada so far?
The weather, I guess.
The weather?
Yeah.
Most people say the opposite. They don't like the weather.
I like the weather, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you like the people down here?
Yeah, people are very nice
They're
here.
very nice?
Yeah.
I see. What's one thing you miss about home?
My family.
Family?
Yeah.
Okay, I see. Well, it was nice meeting you. What's your name?
Niha.
Niha. It was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
So my question for you is, who will you be voting for this upcoming election in 2025? Can I ask you guys a quick question? Who will you guys be voting for this upcoming election in 2025 You know, what's your...
Trudeau. I don't want to get it.
No Trudeau. Why do you say that?
I don't know. I don't follow it.
You don't follow it?
No.
But what's your take on Justin Trudeau? Because you said no Trudeau. What made...
Get him out.
Get him out?
That's my vote.
That's all, huh?
That's all.
What made you have that mindset to go against...
Can't you see that he's doing wrong for the people?
And what is he doing wrong?
You know what he's doing wrong.
No, I want to learn. Educate me. He's very bad?
Very bad for us.
Yeah. Would you say that life has been harder for some Canadians since Justin Trudeau has been Prime Minister?
Yes. Very hard.
Yeah. How has that changed for you, you know?
The only way it's going to change is to get him out.
Get him out?
Yeah.
And who do you think is the right person to step in to make a change?
I can't go into all that, you mean? Just get him out.
Just get him out?
Yeah.
As far as we used to be the world's peacekeepers, and now we're just nothing. We don't have a reputation. We don't have any say on the world stage. We're just following everybody along, and I think we're way better than that. We got all kinds of newcomers coming into this country that should be making this country great, and it's not happening. I don't know if it's going to happen in my generation or not, but a lot of the kids around know what they're doing, and I'm really proud to see them stepping up, because us boomers aren't going to be around forever, for sure.
And who do you think has caused this, for everything to go down in this country, to flip?
I'd say the governments. I'd say the governments have allowed it to happen, and us as the citizens, we've allowed it to happen too. So it just seems like we're some of us are sheeple, they call them, and some are not, but there's not enough of us that aren't, supposedly.
Well, sorry to cut you off. Some Canadians say that things went downhill in this country after the... Would you agree on that?
I'd say it started when Trudeau was elected, but that's being too political. Yeah. But he served his time and purpose. Okay. But I think there's better ways to lead a country, and he had his time. But I think it's better to have somebody new take the stage. It doesn't matter to me whether it's NDP or Conservatives or the Veterans Party. It doesn't matter as long as somebody's out there to make a difference.
Now, with everything you just said, who will you be voting for this upcoming election?
I vote the Green Party traditionally, but in order to make an impact this time around, I think I'm going to vote for Mr. Singh for the NDP.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see, Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't mind me asking, why Mr. Singh?
He's for the people, and he's honest, and when he talks, people listen.
Okay, I see.
And you got to have a good person in order for people to follow, and I think he's a pretty good person.
What's your take with the way things are going on in our country?
I think they're pretty fair. I think people sort of cry wolf sometimes, but I don't think things are too bad.
Who will you be voting for in 2025?
Justin Trudeau.
And why do you say that?
Because I think he's been on the world stage long enough, and he knows his way around.
Yep.
I think he's fairly honest, and he's part of the elite, I guess.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me. I think he's pretty fair with anybody. I still like Justin. I don't like Paul
Poilievre?
Yeah.
You don't like him? Why do you say that? Because a lot of Canadians are saying that he's the right man.
Oh, because he's doing the hustle, the old conservative hustle. Less government, lower taxes, and they'll be friendly to the working class. But I don't think so.
What do you think would happen to this country if he wins this coming up election in 2025?
I don't think we have to worry about it because he won't win.
He won't win?
No.
A lot of Canadians saying that he's going to win.
Yeah, and, in certain pockets he might have a little bit of advantage, probably in Alberta, but not in Ontario.
Well, he seems a little aggressive for me.
A little aggressive?
Yeah.
Haven't really made up our mind. Yeah, we haven't really made up our mind.
And,
we just listen to what's going on.
Yeah. And where would you say we're heading as a country in Canada?
Not too sure. I think we need to elect the right people. I think the U.S. needs to elect the right people. I think everybody needs to be kinder.
What's your opinion with the way things are going in this country?
I think since I came to this country 4 months ago, the state of a country is determined by the state of people's state of mind, so their happiness and if they're in pain. So there's many types of pain, economic pain, which we're seeing a lot because of inflation, things like that. Also, a lot of political pain. People are not happy by the government services. You're seeing like just too much money being spent on stuff that shouldn't be spent on. And I think overall, people are looking for some radical change, something that would bring in, or at least remove the current bureaucracy a little bit. So I think like Canada is in a tough position right now. And it's really, it really needs change. Yeah, and people are desperate for that change. They're just looking who to vote for.
I want to add something to that. With the Liberals, Justin Trudeau's government, we have seen that he had sent so much money, to Ukraine. And why do you think he has done that?
I think international liberal ideology, in terms of globalism, in terms of, like the West is what unites the world, the UN, all of those have some fundamental values, and their values tell them to, if there's another democratic country, aka Ukraine, which is being invaded by another democratic country, but not so, Russia, is considered morally wrong. So because of that morality, Justin Trudeau's government is sending a lot of money, but that morality is not translating into actual moral good, because the money that is being sent is actually being sent to kill people, and also for young Ukrainians to die and young Russians to die as well. And so much money can be spent on other things, but because of that, I would say not so good judgment, continued sending money is not a good decision, and it's bankrupting the country, to be very honest with you.
And then how do you think that's affecting the Canadians?
I think Canadians are happy that we're supporting another country, but we're also unhappy that we're seeing problems here. As usual, people complain, why go to space when we have so many problems on Earth? It's a similar example that why go to another country and fix their problems when you can't just fix your own problems? So it shows Canadians are not happy because it shows the incentives and are not aligned with the people of the country, but more aligned with the larger agenda, which could be the UN, the NATO, and globalist, anything like that.
And hypothetically speaking, if you could vote, for this upcoming election, who would you vote for in 2025?
It's a good question. I think there's going to be 3 candidates: Trudeau,
Pierre
Poilievre, and I think Jagmeet Singh. So I'm definitely not voting for Trudeau because of the track record and the change that is needed in terms of Jagmeet Singh. I don't think he's transparent enough, and I think he's been playing a lot of politics for the past years that I've been following. And his intentions are not clear. On the other side, Pierre Poilievre, I think, stands at a very fair ground, and he doesn't need to do a lot of propaganda because he's just doing what people want him to to stand for, and he's just standing.
So he's for the people, you would say?
I think he's for the people at this point. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's more for the people at this point than Trudeau is.
If Pierre Poilievre gets elected for this upcoming election, what do you think will be the first thing that he would change in this country?
I think he'll start with government and government's relationship with big monopolies and big companies, because the current relationship is very streamlined to benefit, take priority on what the corporations want. I think he'll add a little bit. He'll remove some regulation, but he'll also keep check on those organizations in some other way. Well, at least I hope so.
Who will you be voting for in 2025?
Pierre Poilievre, bro.
Why do you say that?
I don't know, man. I'm with the conservative shit, man. Trudeau lost me, bro. I ain't fucking with Trudeau, man.
What's your take on Trudeau?
He's a weirdo, bro. I'm not with all the trans shit, all the taxing mans. I'm not with all that, bro. You know what I mean? I'm about free markets and free society and shit. You gotta balance all the immigrants, bro. There's too many immigrants from one place. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get immigrants from all over the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? Get some Asian mans, some European mans, African mans, South American mans. You can't just do all from one fucking place. You know what I'm saying?
And so you're basically saying Trudeau sticks to only one culture, basically?
Yeah, pretty much.
And what culture is that?
I mean, it's it's a lot of the brown mans.
A lot of brown mans?
I ain't got nothing against them. I got beer brown homies and everything, but it's like you gotta balance it out, you know what I'm saying? Canada's always been balanced out. You can't really just have just those mans, you know what I'm saying? You have those mans and next mans and put it all together.
Based off from what you have seen on social media, now who do you think has more sense between Justin Trudeau or Pierre Poilievre?
Pierre Poilievre, bro. All day.
And then what makes you so excited to see him win for this upcoming election? Like, what do you think is going to change for this country? Like, the first thing when it gets
start getting money again, bro. Everyone's not going to be broke, you know what I'm saying? Just bring everything back to where it should be.
Like, what's the message you have for the people out there who are thinking about voting for Trudeau to get them to vote for Pierre Poilievre?
What's Trudeau really done for you in the last 4 years? What's he doing for you? You know what I'm saying? Is your life better off? Is your life worse off?
Based off from what you have seen on social media with Pierre Poilievre, we have seen that he's saying that he's going to do this for the country, do that. In your own opinion, do you think that he could be a good leader for this country?
As I was mentioning before, I don't trust politicians. I think whatever comes out of their mouth, it's just to secure the votes.
Yep.
Once they're in the office, they'll give you a billion excuses why they couldn't achieve it. Yeah, he's saying all the right stuff that people want to hear. That's what you do as a politician. You say the right thing at the right time, and he's saying all the right things. He's saying about how he's gonna cut down the carbon taxes. He's gonna build some more housing, residentials, and let's hope for the best, man. At the end of the day.
Honestly, I used to be a very proud Canadian prior to COVID. I've seen the world change a lot since COVID. Obviously, that has to do with COVID-19 and the events that happened. But I can say share the opinion of a lot of Canadians that have sort of lost the trust in the government and also feel Canada has changed in so many ways. And I'm no longer proud to say I'm Canadian. If I could, if I didn't have kids and things like that, I would probably be leaving the country.
Well said, well said. With this coming up election, who will you be voting for in 2025?
Hard to say. I'm definitely a conservative at heart. I've never voted Liberal, but I don't trust really any of the party platforms. I think a lot of times politicians just say it's lip service, right? They'll say what they want to say to get you to vote for them, and at the end of the day, I think they're all out for the same thing. So I would like to say I'm going to vote Conservative, but it'll probably be a last-minute decision for me.
There's a saying that he says is axe the tax, build the homes, fix the budget, stop the crime, bring it home. And what's your take on that? Do you think that he's going to stand what he says, or he's just saying that to get in?
Well, I think he's definitely opposed to Liberals and the NDPs, and I think he's trying to, overcome all of that. I don't know if he'll, honestly, I think politicians will, like I said, at the end of the day, they're out for their own means, and, money gets funneled in by sponsors and companies. big corporations. And I think at the end of the day, he's not the one. He's just a puppet. He's not the one who makes the decisions.
The government's not doing enough. Could do more. You know, especially like I'm all for opening up the borders to refugees and stuff, but then they don't really put a structured plan when they get here. So then a lot of them end up homeless, and that increases drug problem, homelessness, right? So, the government can always be doing more, and that's on one of the topics that I see it here. You know, just walking around downtown, you see it's kind of like The Walking Dead. So, yeah.
With this coming up election, who do you think is the right person to step in there and make a change?
NDP.
NDP. So Jagmeet Singh.
Yeah, I like Jagmeet. Can never go conservative for me, and I can't deal with Justin Trudeau anymore. So it's always the lesser of the evils, right? You don't have much of a choice. You just kind of got to pick who's not the worst. So everyone's in bed with somebody, but Jagmeet Singh's got to be in bed with the less amount of people. So I'd go with him.
Well, what's your take on, since I know you just said you're not really with Justin Trudeau or Pierre Poilievre, what's your take on them?
Justin Trudeau's just not really well-educated, well-rounded for the job. I don't know how he stayed in this long. Pierre Poilievre's, got some, I want to say racist policies and, some pretty disturbing policies that if actually took effect, it's like, okay, that's extremely concerning for people's rights and, their rights and freedoms, which, Canada, it's like, we got to protect that shit.
And what are some policies, like, what makes you so excited to see Pierre Poilievre step in office and make a change for this country?
He'll tighten the belt. That's it. Just do all the things that need to be done to put Canadians first.
Okay,
That's it.
Yeah. There's a saying that Pierre Poilievre says is axe a tax, build the homes, fix the budget, stop the crime. What's your take on that? Do you believe that he's truly going to stick on what he's saying, or he's just saying that's against the office?
Well, I hope he I hope he sticks with what he's saying, but it's politics. So he's going to get pushed by other people, other parties, a lot of crap. They're going to, smear him and this and that and the other thing. If he can get it done without all those opponents trying to bury his agenda, then we'll be in good shape. So people need to get on board. It's time for change.
Time for change, huh?
Radical change.
So you think Pierre Poilievre is the right person to do
I
that?
absolutely think so.
And my last question is, what's the message you have for the people out there who are thinking about voting for Justin Trudeau to get them to vote for Pierre Poilievre?
Get your head checked. Seriously, get your head checked.
That's the message, huh?
If anybody in this country still thinks that Trudeau is okay, are retards. Absolutely.
Gentlemen, let me ask you guys this. Where do you guys think we're heading as a country? Would you guys say that we're heading the right way?
That's a scary question.
No. I think they opened up the doors. It's good to bring people. Everyone deserves an opportunity.
Yes.
But the floodgates just came too much. We can't handle the population. The population, we are a minority now. Right? I'm a minority in my own country now, right? Big minority. Canadian, right? Born, raised, father, mother, born, raised. And I just think they didn't control, and the politicians are worried about votes and this and that. That's why Trudeau just hugs the Indians like he was, I don't want to say suck their. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's a huge. You get them on your side, you're golden. You're gonna win. You get the Sikhs. You know what I mean? They are a big population, right? And they're good people, hardworking. But listen, the truck driving outfit now, you watch. How many of these guys are getting phony licenses? They're crooked too. They're not, they're all nicey. It was on a documentary last night. How the people that are giving the licenses to these truck drivers, they're buying them.
Are you saying that's the immigrants' fault?
No, it's our for not protecting, for not watching, policing our fucking country. These guys come here, it's a joke. There's so much fraud. Come on, man. If you've been inside jails and stuff, you understand, you see.
There's still
Somalians
more
are
revenue than
100% gold and fraud artists.
They're getting more revenue. The government's getting more revenue.
Taking our money.
Because it's expanding, whether it's fake or not. they're still like it's getting bigger and bigger growth, right? What you call economic growth.
It's not safe. Our roads are not safe. You see the accidents. You see this.
Economic growth, and it's happening, whether we like it or not.
How I look at it, right? I look at keeping our roads safe, keeping our people safe. There's more accidents. I'm just looking at the trucking industry. There's a whole lot of other shit.
And that's immigrants. Due to immigrants?
Not.
I got other things to attend
to. Who's policing how they get their license? You know what I mean? You can buy a friggin' license for truck driving and shit now, right?
But
whose fault is that?
You are saying it's
too easy for them to do scamming, this and that.
You say them. Who them? Who them?
I'll say right now, with mostly the truck driving industry is Indians now, right? I'll say it.
If there would be no Indians, there is no frauds,
No, but not to the extent it is now. Like, I don't want to make. You can always argue.
Hit him with a mic on the top of the head, so you realize.
Okay, explain why. Why?
So you're saying from everything I heard, I understand where you're coming from. So you're saying that Justin Trudeau buys voters, and that's what I'm bringing it. You think he buys voters?
Basically.
I hear it. Okay, that's valid. And what do you think about that? Because I see that you're saying that I should hit him, with the mic on the head to calm him down. Why are you saying?
Why do they want Trudeau? Why are they hugging up with Trudeau?
Like all the politicians,
they're all full of shit,
it's
right?
All about the votes, right?
Yeah.
So,
and they're worried about their ass, their family, their house, their
they
right? The politician, Trudeau and his group, liberal, fucking whoever, all them, right?
So
if Trudeau goes out, what's gonna change?
So you're not talking about the immigrants issue. You're talking politicians in general.
Yeah. Politicians open the gates, let so many, they gotta, right?
So
if they wouldn't open the gates.
If there's not enough houses how come we have housing problem? How come we have housing problem? Because there's too many people.
Ian, if they wouldn't open the gates.
Listen, why we have housing problem?
Can I finish?
If there's housing problem, it means there's too many people.
You need to get to mics, man.
I'm trying.
Ian, let me ask you one thing. So if they wouldn't open the gates, the politicians wouldn't go after the votes? Of course they would.
I didn't say
that's the elections.
They're still gonna go after the votes.
So what is the problem?
No, I'm not arguing. I'm just telling you what I think. Right? I think that.
What do you think?
I think they're coming. The ones that come here legally.
Yep.
Right. But there's so much. Our borders are fucking just open gates.
Yeah. But illegal people have no effect on elections.
No, I don't know. They can't vote if you're legally not here. If you're not supposed to be here, you can't vote.
Yeah, so.
Right? But they making up fucking IDs, social insurance. This guy, I got guys I've seen in jail showing me fucking, one guy gets pulled over, he's got 15 IDs. With his picture.
Can you rephrase the question what you actually asked?
Yes,
because
I will.
This is kind of being derailed to all over the place, right?
Yes, I understand. By the way, I hear you. I hear your side. I understand. But I want to add something.
Very good. Yes. I like you.
Yes. I hear that you're saying that the borders are closed. So would you say
borders are open?
Sorry, not closed. They're open. There's so much information that's going on. So my brain, I'm just trying to keep up.
I know.
I want to keep up.
I got a grade 9 education.
Okay.
I'm not a fucking, you know what I mean? I never voted in my life. It didn't affect me. I've always been crooked guy. I'm the guy who's been in jail, in and out, scamming, right? But if you don't have a fucking something on the side in this country, you can't make a living off working in that store from 9 to 5 and support your family. You can't. You have to have something on the side.
Yes, sir.
You have to. Yeah. You know what I mean? They never seen before.
Okay. Earlier you mentioned that the government is giving them free handouts, basically. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel as a Canadian? Would you say that Canadians are no longer Canadians? They're just thrown under a bus?
Yeah, you gotta fucking really protect your own property, your own ass, and don't count on the politicians to take care of you, to protect you, to do anything. You have to protect your own family, all this. It's getting, trust me, there's so much gang shit people don't realize. Gangs that they've never even seen or heard of before that are fucking sneaking in here and doing shit like we've never seen before.
Yeah.
You're seeing crimes that you've never seen before. They're walking in fucking jewelry stores, 10 of them, just taking everything and leaving.
Yeah.
That didn't happen fucking 10 years ago. You know what I mean? You never seen that shit, man.
Correct.
That's not people, Canadian people. They never used to do that shit. Honest to God.
Yeah.
You heard about the odd robbery, a jewelry store here and that. Now it's every night on the news. Every night on the news. Guns, guns, guns. Somebody shot, somebody killed. This poor girl goes in Tim Hortons last night. A guy, the little road rage, guy throws a coffee on her last night and fucking shoots her. He got caught today. He shot. Do you hear that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, check it out. At Tim Hortons in Toronto.
Okay.
A little road rage. He threw his coffee. She drives away. He shot at her car. Thank God he didn't kill her. And they caught him driving a fucking, what's that car? Jaguar, SUV Jaguar, this guy. His own car, own plates, everything got caught. Like them people, they don't think the same. Why would you do that with your own car, own plates? You know you're gonna get caught. They're fucking different people. They're different mentality.
What's your take on the catch and release in this country? What would you say the justice system? You know, what do you think? What do you think about justice system today?
Our jails are so full of fucking bullshit. Domestic guys fighting with their wife. They're so full that when they catch these fucking real criminals, they don't have room to house them. So they fucking boom, boom, you get released. You got someone to bail you, you're gone. They got money.
Yeah.
The crooks got money. They come. I got 10 G's, 20 G's here. They slap it down the next day. How much? We're offering 50 G's. And the Crown judge, okay, let him go. And where'd that money come from? He didn't work for that fucking money. The guy don't even have a fucking job.
Okay.
These guys getting out of jail the next fucking day after fucking shooting.
Yeah. Now my last question for you is.
God.
My last.
They're complaining about it every day.
Okay.
Catch and release. He just said it.
Yeah.
And the same dude gets caught 3 weeks later again shooting.
So if you beat your wife, you don't belong to jail?
You don't. No, not depend. You should get bail. Why the domestic dude don't get bail? And this fucker shooting, robbing up shit gets bail because he had money. Yeah, his lawyer says we'll give 50,000 today.
With everything you just said, I know you say you don't vote. But is there anyone you're leaning towards a bit?
No. All the same.
All the same?
Nothing changed. They're all the same.
Yeah, I want to add something to this little conversation. What do you guys think about our criminal justice system?
It is a good system, but it needs a lot of tweaking because I've been involved in some crimes myself over the years, and I got a slap on the wrist for some things I did and I should not have. But I've got friends that are doing time for crimes that were wrong. They're doing time for stuff that was minuscule, and I've seen people get out of jail on things that were wrong. Our justice system needs to be scrapped. It needs to be revamped, and we need to look at all these crimes individually and treat every crime that happens individually. You just can't label John and Joe and Frank and Mary and Sue all in the same. You can't paint everybody with the same brush for the crime they did because sometimes the crime is different.
Yeah.
And it needs to change. Our system needs to be revamped. Yeah. We need to change it because a lot of people are getting out for nothing and they're just getting a slap on the wrist. Some people are getting charged with something that was nothing. Other people are getting charged for big things and it doesn't mean anything. And then there are people that are just walking away and getting a slap on the wrist, which is wrong. I do think our system needs big changes.
What about you, my friend?
It should be stricter, no offense.
Yeah. What do you do? Wait, what do you?
I've never been in trouble my entire life, and it should be stricter. It's all right to live a life without getting in trouble. It's very easy to do. So I mean, the people that do that stuff should be, they need to be reprimanded big time. I'm sorry to say.
What do you think about the catch and release?
Catch and release?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. Sorry.
Oh, you don't agree with that?
No.
No, catch and release. It's like fishing. A lot of guys go fishing. They're going to catch the fish. They don't like it. They're going to release it. But most times, a lot of people catch and release fish. But if there's a criminal and he's convicted, he should go to jail. He shouldn't be let go because the jail's overcrowded. No, you take out the people that are minimal risk, put them in a smaller security prison. If this guy or girl done a bad thing, put them in a maximum prison. Don't let them go for what they've done, because they should be punished for whatever they've done, regardless of who they've hurt or what they've done or how much property they damaged.
Yep.
Everybody should be held accountable, regardless of how big or how small the crime is.
Well, gentlemen, with everything you guys just said, who will you guys be voting for this upcoming election? Is there anyone that you guys are leaning towards a bit?
No, I voted NDP most of my life, and the voting NDP in this riding is a very good choice because I worked for the candidate here, Brian Massey, on numerous occasions. He's a good man. He's done a lot of good things. He's done what he said he's going to do, and the things that he can't do, he's apologized for and said, I tried, but I can't. But in this area, that's who I would vote for. But I wouldn't vote for Jagmeet Singh if we had to vote for each individual party leader, no. And I definitely wouldn't vote for Justin Trudeau. I could tell you a lot about him, but that's another story. And I don't know Pierre Poilievre to even consider voting for him, and I do not know the Green Party leader, so I can't really say.
What do you think about Maxime Bernier? Oh,
I vote for Justin Trudeau. No, I have no problem with Justin Trudeau at all.
You would vote for Justin Trudeau?
Yes, I would. That's why I add that to the thing. Thank you.
Yeah, and why Justin, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, he does help. He does try to help. For people who are not working sometimes, he's very kind.
Yeah.
He's very generous. I do appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
That's
Why are you laughing? Why am I laughing? Because I met Justin Trudeau when he was a child. I met his father because my parents were liberals, my grandparents were liberals, and they supported the liberal people. And when I met Justin, he was a spoiled brat, and I watched him grow up. He's spoiled. He's not a politician. He was a drama teacher in high school, and he just did his own thing. But him becoming a politician, nah. I haven't seen him do anything right for the country. He's made a lot of promises, but it's like any other politician. Back those promises up with actions, not just words. So any politician, you've got to back up with actions and words and let people know that you're going to do what you say and say what you do. Because if then that way you've earned that post, you've earned that position. Could you promise? And you're going to come through with those promises. Always follow through as a politician. If not, you can be hung by a tree tomorrow. So you can, which is true. You can be hung the next day. Whether your party agrees with you or not, you've got to do what you say you're going to do and say what you're going to do.
Yeah, in your opinion, could you tell me one accomplishment Justin Trudeau has done for this country?
He's helped older people. I appreciate that. He's helped older people.
Okay.
I'll say that. Thank you very much.
I see. So earlier you said that you would vote for the NDP, right? For this
No, for this riding. I'm voting like not nationally. No, nationally, I don't know Jagmeet Singh. I know of him, and I knew he grew up here in Windsor, but I don't know anything of him personally.
Okay.
But I would vote for Brian Massey, who represents our riding federally.
Yeah.
And that means that would naturally be a vote for Jagmeet Singh, because he would get another vote. But I don't know Jagmeet personally.
Okay.
Like I said, I've met the Justin Trudeau when he was a child, but he wouldn't remember me, and that's okay. But Pierre Poilievre, I don't know him from a hole in the ground, and the leader of the Green Party, I couldn't tell you who he or she is, and it doesn't matter. But everybody makes promises as a politician, but like I told you a few minutes ago, follow through on the promises. Don't promise something that you can't deliver, because then if you promise and you deliver, of course you're going to get elected and you're going to do what the people want. You're elected by the people, for the people, to do as people ask. So keep your promises. It's not so hard to do. Don't promise something you can't keep. Like they get this dental program out for seniors. Oh, it's a great thing, but a lot of people that are using the program, they can't afford it. They're just taking money elsewhere instead of they're using that dental program. The money they would use for dental, they're putting into something else, and I respect that. But that's what we have to do. We have to promise programs that are going to work. Promise programs that we can afford. Promise programs that make change.
What's your take on our healthcare system? From what I heard from other Canadians, some of them are saying that it takes up to a month or just 2 weeks to see a doctor.
Oh yeah, we need more doctors and nurses. We definitely need them. But they have to be trained properly. They have to be paid what they're worth. You pay a person what they're worth, they will produce for you. There's no problem in that. But I believe our medical system, we've got a great medical system, don't get me wrong, but there is a lot of wait times. I know myself personally, I've been in the hospital numerous times, and I know I've had to wait. But I respect the people that have a job to do. They're taking care of me, and if I have to wait, I have to wait. I respect that. Okay. But it can be improved, like anything in this country. You give them, put enough money into healthcare, the system will improve. And that's what we have to do. We have to improve existing facilities. We need new hospitals, yes, but improve the existing facilities to cut down on the lack of what we're missing.